Hello students, welcome back to your 8th standard mathematics class. We are doing lesson number 8, quadrilateral, constructions and types.
Today let's study about some special quadrilaterals. The first one is a rectangle. If all the angles of a quadrilateral are right angles, it is called a rectangle. Quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle if all the angles are a right angle. Let us see. Angle B is 90 degree, angle C is 90 degree, angle D is 90 degree, angle A is 90 degree. So we can say that quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. Now if we check the length of AD and BC using a divider, we can see that they both are having the same length. That means the segments AD and BC are having the same length. Similarly, segment AB and DC are also of the same length. So we observe that the opposite sides AD and BC are of the same length, and also AB and CD are of the same length. Now the diagonals of this quadrilateral is AC and BD. Now let's check the length of these two diagonals. We can see that the length of the diagonal AC and that of BD are same. That means the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Now let's name this point of intersection as O. If we check the length AO and OC, we observe that the two lengths are the same. Similarly, length BO and DO are also same. So we observe that the diagonals bisect each other. So now let us study the properties of the rectangle. So the properties of a rectangle are: opposite sides of a rectangle are congruent. The diagonals of a rectangle are congruent, and also the diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. The opposite sides are congruent means AD is congruent to BC and AB is congruent to DC. Same way, diagonals AC and BD are congruent. Diagonals bisect each other. That means length AO and OC are congruent. Also length BO and OD are congruent. Now to draw a rectangle, we need to know only the adjacent sides of a rectangle. Now let's see what is a square. If all sides and all angles of a quadrilateral are congruent, it is called a square. So in a square, we can see that all the four sides are of the same length, and also all the four angles will be 90 degree each. Now here again, if you check the length of the diagonals AC and BD, you will see that the length of AC and BD are the same. And also, if P is the point of intersection, we see that length AP and PC are equal, and also PB and PD are the same. That means the diagonals bisect each other. If you check the angle made at P, here we can see that the angle made is 90 degree. That means the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So the properties of a square: the diagonals are of equal length, that is, they are congruent. Diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals are perpendicular to each other, and diagonals bisect the opposite angles. Now let's see what is meant by a rhombus. If all sides of a quadrilateral are of equal length or congruent, it is called a rhombus. Now here, if you check the measures of each of these sides, we can see that they are congruent. So when they are congruent, quadrilateral PQRS becomes a rhombus. In a rhombus, if you measure the opposite angles, that is angle Q and angle S, we will see that their measures are the same. Measure angle Q is 70 degree. Now let's measure angle S. Angle S is also 70 degree. That is, In a rhombus, the opposite angles are of equal measure. So, angle Q and angle S will be of the same measure. Similarly, angle P and angle R also will be of the same measure. In a rhombus also, the diagonals bisect each other and also they are perpendicular to each other. That means the diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Now let's see the properties of a rhombus. Opposite angles are congruent. Diagonals bisect opposite angles of a rhombus, and also diagonals bisect each other and they are perpendicular to each other. Now let's take practice at 8.2. The first question, draw a rectangle ABCD such that length AB is 6 centimeters and length BC is 4.5 centimeters. So let's first draw the rough figure. This is a rough figure. It's given length AB is 6 centimeters and length BC is 4.5 centimeters. You know that in a rectangle the opposite sides are congruent. That means if AB is 6 centimeters, length DC is also going to be 6 centimeters. Similarly, BC is 4.5 centimeters. That means length AD is 4.5 centimeters. Now we know the four sides. In a rectangle, all angles are right angles. So now we know two adjacent sides and all the angles. So we can construct the rectangle ABCD. First let us draw AB 6 centimeters. Now at point A and B, let us construct angles 90 degree. So we have constructed angle A and angle B, both 90 degree. Now take length 4.5 centimeters on the compass and draw an arc to cut this arm. And also with A as center, draw an arc to cut the second arm. Now we have got the 2 points C and D. Now join the points C and D. Your rectangle is complete. This is your completed figure. Now let's see the second question. The question is, draw a square WXYZ with side 5.2 centimeters. We know that in a square all the four sides are of the same measure and each angle is 90 degree. If one side is 5.2 centimeters, each of the sides will be 5.2 centimeters. So this is our rough figure. So we have drawn line XY 5.2 centimeters and constructed right angles at X and Y. Now we have to mark points W and Z using the compass 5.2 centimeters. So let's take 5.2 centimeters on the compass. With Y as center, draw an arc. Similarly with X as center, draw an arc. Now this is point Z and this is point W. Join the 2 points, your construction is complete. This is how your completed figure will look. Now let's see question number 3. The question is, draw a rhombus KLMN such that its side is 4 centimeters and measure angle K is 75 degree. We have made the rough figure here. KLMN is a rhombus. One angle is given 75 degree and the side is given as 4 centimeters. All four sides of a rhombus are congruent. That means if KL is 4 centimeters, each of these sides will be 4 centimeters. In a rhombus, the adjacent angles are supplementary. That is, measure angle K plus measure angle L is 180 degree. So if you know measure angle K, you can find out measure angle L. So let us do that first. So the solution is, the adjacent angles of a rhombus are supplementary. That means measure angle K plus measure angle L is 180 degree. Measure angle K you know is 75 degree. So we will get the value of measure angle L as 105 degree. So now we know the 3 sides and the 2 included angles. So using this property we can construct the rhombus KLMN. So first let us draw the length KL and construct angle K and angle L. So this is KL 4 centimeters. Now at K we will construct an angle 75 degree. Align the protractor, mark 75 degree and join the point and K. Now keep the protractor at L, align the reference line, mark 105. This is 105, mark the point, join the point and L. Now take the distance Kn 4 centimeters on the compass and from K draw an arc to cut the arm of the angle. With the same measure cut an arc from L. The points are M and N. Join the 2 points and your construction is complete. This is how your completed figure will look. Please do all the sums in your notebook once again.
Thank you and have a nice day.